Hey there, so today we have another review. This is a beer from Melvin. This is back in the Haze. So Melvin recently, I think last year got bought out by, they're out of Alpine, Wyoming. They got bought out by Roadhouse Brewing. This brewery is actually pretty famous in the sense that they do 2x4, multiple GABF winner, and I reviewed that for you guys. So I thought I'd check out, and then I listened to a podcast about Roadhouse Brewing, and that was cool. So I tried to buy some of those, and those beers really impressed me. So you guys post in comments below. When was the last time you had a random brewery that just impressed you? I don't think I knew anything about Roadhouse Brewery. Random brewery, or not random, but like a large production facility outside of Wyoming. But I don't think, I can't remember any specific accolades, any hype, but just. Even on Untappd, I don't think I would have been able to tell you to get that beer, but it turned out great. Like everything's been a hit from Roadhouse so far. So this is Melvin, but it's being brewed out of Roadhouse. The can is not that fresh. It is about not ideal. We're talking 10 weeks, so 2.5 months fresh. I don't know, more than that, like 11 weeks fresh. Yeah, not ideal, but somehow this arrived. Like, so again, the thing I use is like if I go to Total Wine and I see it on the shelf, when do they print the label for it, or the hey, this is Melvin and price and blah blah blah. They printed this like 2 weeks ago. So from what I understand, this got to the store about 2 months fresh, and I'm reviewing it 2 months and 3 weeks fresh. So we're almost three months on this guy. Not ideal. I'm very curious to see how it turns out. Citra Mosaic Sabro. Beer is very pale. Light straw color, fluffy white head. Medium plus a full on haze. Looks pretty opaque. A little bit of light can shine through the edges of it. Yeah, it smells pretty good. Light, zippy, citrusy. I sort of get a little bit sense of that kind of hazy IPA oxidation. Like, not super explosive, but smells pretty good. Light, doughy malt in there. Not like definitive kind of hop character. Like, doesn't sing of like anything specific, so maybe we'll see. I don't know. The palate will show. Okay. So I think it's pretty good. Worked out. We're right under 3 months. I doubt the brewery wants it longer than that, but it's not a very big beer. Only 6.5. Nice, light, fluffy, creamy, hazy IPA. You get a little bit of, again, a fresher. I think you'd get more definitive hop character. It's not very well defined here. I get that that kind of like light lemon zest character. Usually it's a little bit more orangey when I get Citra, but here's a light lemony zesty. A little bit of doughy malt in the middle. Also nice kind of like bright floral action. Pulls onto kind of like almost like limoncello. So this sweeter kind of like lemonade kind of hop character. Not anything really noticeable on the chalky or polyphenol thing on the back end. Lacking in bitterness. Yeah, there's that weird kind of like, how do you describe it? It's like herbal medicinal kind of flavor that sometimes get from older hazy IPA. Again, oxidation I think is a hard one to just learn. I think you just have to review beers like me. Review fresh beer, review beer that's 2 months old, 3 months old, 6 months old. And do it between different styles. Hazy IPA, not hazy IPA, double IPA. Generally, see IPAs are going to be issues with oxidation. It's fine. I wouldn't say it's anything crazy. Again, I bet way better if it's fresher. It's a crushable beer. It's a very crushable beer. Quite nice. Again, wish it was a little bit more aromatic and a little bit more expressive, rich hop character up front. But again, warm shelf, almost 3 months. I don't have a lot of faith in anybody's IPA out there. So, still pretty good. 91. Melvin, bring back the Haze. Hazy IPA. Again, outside of age, these Roadhouse / Melvin beers have just been pretty good. Like even the 2x4 I reviewed was not even that fresh, and I just knew like that beer, like even this beer, like both those beers, like both the Melvin beers I've actually reviewed are actually like not not ideal. Like we're going to push on 3 months and all that good stuff, but you could sort of see like, all right, the beer's there. Like sometimes I review beers that are old and I'm like, okay, well, the oxidation is destroying this beer. But here, they weren't like in terrible shape, but they were like in good shape. And like the beer was obviously really good underneath, but just didn't have like the beautiful things that you get from a beer that's like a day fresh, a week fresh, a month fresh. 91. Cheers. Let me know what you think. And again, post some comments if you found a brew recently that like just randomly impressed you. No reason that it was like hyped. You know, maybe it's just a suggestion or you just picked it off the shelf. But the Roadhouse beers just came from a podcast. I just like, oh, I listen to podcasts. Let's buy some beer. Beers turned out great. Cheers.